Hi, we're Coast Technology Group, and we'd like to be your technology partner in your home or business.
Come see what simple, reliable technology can do for you.
Our team has over 150 years of combined IT experience. Whether you need a full IT management provider or audio and video support, we have the means to get the job done right. We offer remote monitoring and management, cybersecurity, and network infrastructure services. We'll help you design the right system with our high-definition surveillance cameras and cutting-edge smart alarm systems. Football stadiums, cafes, schools, churches, and residential homes have all found success with our services. Coast Technology Group can find the solution to fit any budget because helping your business grow while maintaining safety and security is our main goal. Coast Technology Group. Simple, reliable technology.
Well, welcome in on this live Sunday evening edition of the Texas Weather Lab. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Bowling. As always, flattered that you joined me here on this evening. I know a lot of folks, even myself included, I thought I'd be tracking severe weather at this time. Well, that's not the case. We did see some stuff try to get going in North Texas, try to head our way, and it either split and fizzled out as it headed towards the Wichita Falls area, or it became a little more tornadic and headed straight towards the east. So, or it was completely up in the northern part of the state, and we really didn't see it here. So it's kind of been in two separate areas, a few tornado warnings up in the northwestern part of the state, a few more currently right now down around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that's what we're currently dealing with. If you're joining us here and wondering, can I go to sleep tonight? Yeah, I think we should get a restful night's sleep tonight. There might be a few folks rumbled awake by some garden variety storms out east. We'll talk about who has that best chance in the morning, but we're going to be resetting the stage and looking for yet again another round of severe weather, this time for the eastern half of the area coming up here heading into your Monday. So now know that's a lot of folks that want to know what that means. We've got the last week of school, other things going on, graduations, all that stuff taking place this week. So a lot of folks wanting to hop in on this forecast and get an idea of what's going on here. So feel free to hop in the comments here, either on Facebook or on YouTube. Ask any questions. I will try my best to answer those as they come in throughout the show. So again, just hop on, even if you just want to talk about random things, just to kind of just loosen things up, given things have been pretty tense here over the last couple of days. I'll take any of those as well. But first off, we want to thank the folks that make this what it is, the free resource that is the Texas Weather Lab for you and your families. First off, I want to thank Miss Kim Thomas and the Kim Thomas Real Estate Team. She wants to help you find your dream home. I know it's PCS season as well, so if you're in the military and you're looking to list your home, or you're coming into Fort Sill, you're looking to find your home while you're here for the next 2-3 years, she wants to help you out. She has 20 years of experience right here in the Lawton area, can help our military, can help you, the longtime Lawtonian, help you through the market and find that dream home. She is at 1701 Northwest Cash Road. You can call her at 580-704-9916. And of course, good friend, Vincent Saylor. He is the State Farm agent here in town. He is right next to Wright Donuts on Gore Boulevard, more specifically 2401 West Gore Boulevard. Maybe you've had some damage claims here recently. Maybe you're shopping for a new insurance policy, be it for your home, be it for any of your boats, your RV, anything like that. You're trying to get a new driver on the road. You got to get all the insurance squared away. He wants to help you out here. Give him a call at 580-699-2771 or visit VF Saylor, Saylor, insurance.com. And of course, the great folks that make this what it is every single week, the folks at the Coast Technology Group, trying to get your auditorium squared away, your conference room, maybe even your man cave at the home. They can help you out with all of that. Give them a call, 580-357-4482. So we got quite a folks that are hopping in here. Kim Bragg saying, looking forward to the end of storm season. It can't come fast enough for me. Tell me about it. These overnights have been pretty rough here lately. Trying to stay on top of those and work the 9-5 as well. So again, I feel you. So Aaron Stahl, Fletcher. Fletcher represent today. Good to see you guys. And Stella Maxwell. Appreciate you for hopping on. Always one of my bigger supporters, morale boosters as well. So thank you, Stella. I appreciate you as always. So going to start with a live look here at the radar. Notice that some of those counties in western parts of Texoma, Greer, Kiowa, Tillman, Jackson, Harmon counties, and then down in North Texas, Wilbarger, Hardeman, Ford counties, down through Knox County, Texas. Those have been removed from the tornado watch, but it's those two separate areas up here. You have the one up there in the northwestern part of the state. You'll notice one storm starting to head into Kansas. That's pretty much heading out that way. And then you'll notice there's some more storms down here across North Texas. And I'm going to spend a second on this down here, because this is actually a developing situation down here. If you're familiar with this area, this is Mineral Wells, Weatherford, Granbury, Texas. This is the western parts of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. This is a PDS tornado warning, or almost a tornado emergency going on here for the areas just between Granbury and Weatherford. So it's coming just in between those two towns, and some pretty significant rotation on this. I mean, look at this. Get a little bit tighter in here, but there is that strong tornado that is coming in just to the southwest of Weatherford. This is heading in the direction of southwestern parts of Fort Worth. Again, likely large, powerful tornado on the ground here. And this shows you some of the debris that's been picking up here. So that continues on. A lot of baseball size hail with this too, but a very strong tornado. Again, pretty impressive here as it continues to work its way towards the Fort Worth area. So if you have any friends that are down there in the Metroplex, obviously I'm sure they are getting the alerts, and the folks down there are letting them know about it, but that is a powerful storm heading into a very, very populated area. So again, please say a prayer for these folks. Hopefully this just lifts. It's still baseball size hail with this, but we definitely want to be watching out for that storm here. But we're going to start getting into the forecast here a little bit, and we'll talk more about what we've got going on as far as what we can expect for tomorrow. And I know there's a lot of folks that are wondering about the forecast here. And again, good friend Relia Harper are still looking for strong storms tomorrow, and if so, what part of the day? So again, there's two little waves that I'm looking for, and I will time those out for you here in just a second. So first off, go off to what we saw today, just kind of laying the groundwork here. We did see highs in both Lawton and Wichita Falls around the mid 80s after starting the day in the upper 60s. So that indicates the very muggy air that's been in place for most of the day. It did feel a little bit better throughout the afternoon with the strong winds kind of drying the atmosphere, but had some very high dew points, upper 60s to low 70s. So that's some high storm fuel all across the region, and that's not really going to go anywhere. If anything, it's going to get more dialed up heading into tomorrow. Again, averages near 60 to start, mid 80s through the afternoon, and rainfall rates seen a 2.5 inches so far this month in Lawton, and 3 1/3 down at Wichita Falls. So here is your risk area coming up here for your Monday. Now, again, this always gets updated first thing in the morning as well. So this will likely either shift or increase in threat. And again, I wouldn't be surprised to see both possible. There has been a trend here that this level 3 orange area you see that is right now as far west as Anadarko, Lawton, and Walters may get scooched back just a little bit towards the west. This is all hinging on where the dry line, the separation from the muggy air and the dry air, sets up here. So some of the models are surging this out into Stevens County and Jefferson County and developing storms over towards 35, while others are slowing it down, having it stall out right there in that Caddo, Comanche, Cotton County area. We're going to be watching out for that. I think this lines up right along I-44 and kind of stalls out the north-south part of I-44. So that's exactly where you have here. You've got that area right around Anadarko, Lawton, Walters, and east. that's going to be under the gun here. Now, storms still possible to develop out towards Hobart, Snyder, and Frederick, but a much lesser chance for that to happen. I think storms will get going somewhere in Caddo, Comanche, and Cotton counties heading into tomorrow afternoon. Notice the time frame here, starting around 3. So I know we have some schools that get out there around that time frame. So we'll want to keep a close watch on that time frame. Hopefully a little bit later, but and get everybody home. But again, it could be as early as 3 o'clock for storms to get going and impacting our area through about 9, 10 o'clock. So these storms could have tornadoes that are a little bit more scattered in nature and on the strong side. So a very powerful storm system coming through here. And strong tornadoes will be possible. So just not going to mince words here. That's what the environment has in store for us. Baseball size hail, if not larger, and then 80-mile-per-hour winds. So again, if you are along and east of I-44, you need to have a plan. So that's Anadarko, Lawton, Elgin, Walters, Waurika, Ringling, Terrell, Ryan, Loco, Marlow, Bray, Duncan, Central High, Rush Springs, Alec, up through Nittaka and Chickasha, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Ardmore, Marietta, all those folks need to have that plan ready to go. Multiple ways of staying informed. Just a reminder, again, I am not doing this full time. I still have a 9 to 5 and I have an obligation through 5. So if anything pops up before 5 o'clock, you're not going to get anything from me. Okay. So just being blunt and honest there. So if you're relying on me solely for your information, you're going to be out of luck between that 3 and 5 time frame. So want to make sure you have multiple ways of staying informed for that weather. So Caitlin said, I have an appointment tomorrow at 3. I'm in Lawton. Should I reschedule? If they'll let you, I know it's already past 3 o'clock. Well, it's weekend. But if they will let you reschedule, it's probably a better idea to punt it to another day just to be on the safe side. And I don't know what the doctor's office will do on their side. They might decide that they want to send their staff home early. I'm not sure. So again, some places, even I've seen Fort Sill on these strong storm days, let folks out early. So we'll have to see what's in the cards and how many of these businesses will react to the threat of severe weather here heading into tomorrow. So again, the main threat here, again, very large hail, damaging winds, but the tornado threat is going to be quite a bit more elevated today. So, or not today, tomorrow. Again, we are done for tonight. I want to stress that. That was a slip up on my part. Nothing expected for the rest of tonight. It would be tomorrow we see that elevated tornado risk here. So again, you're looking at the 10% hatched area. So the dashes there indicate the threat of strong tornadoes. That would be EF3 or stronger coming through. So that does include, again, those same areas that were highlighted in orange: Anadarko, Lawton, Walters, Temple, East. He's going to have that better opportunity of seeing a strong tornado. So again, need to be paying attention to that forecast heading into tomorrow. So I'm going to show you the model here in just a second, but this is my forecast for tomorrow morning. And I did mention that there would be some scattered showers or some garden variety storms that pop up first thing in the morning. Again, this is going to be a key factor to the forecast as far as how much cloud cover or where boundaries set up or how far east or west the dry line goes. This cluster of showers and storms first thing in the morning will kind of dictate where things go for the rest of the day. Is it a speed bump or is it more of a mountain that these storms have to overcome later on in the day? So right now, a lot of the thinking is that these showers, even if they do stick around through mid-late morning, not really going to have an impact on storm development heading into tomorrow afternoon. But some of those areas that may see some scattered downpours and, again, a few rumbles of thunder in the morning. Not expecting anything severe here. That would be around Walters, Duncan, Waurika, over towards Ringling, Marietta, Ardmore, Sulphur, Pauls Valley, up as far north as the Norman area. We'd see quite a bit of clouds here in Chickasha, Anadarko, Frederick, Cache, all those kind of areas. A little bit more sunshine out towards the west. But again, a little breezy out of the south, gusting around 20 to 25. and then temperatures right around 70 degrees. So again, if you are out towards the east, Stevens, Jefferson, Cotton County, Grady, over towards Garvin, Murray, uh, Love counties, that's where we expect to see that chance at scattered showers and storms. Again, nothing severe with that round. So just want to emphasize that that is not the main round, but what it does may dictate what the afternoon round has in store. Now, notice that that area of orange was set up around Anadarko, Lawton, Walters, points towards the east. So that's where we do have more of those scattered to likely storm chances for the eastern half of our area. Areas behind the front, the dry line, are going to see a lot more sunshine and a little bit stronger winds. So Cordell, Hobart, Frederick, Altus, Mangum, Eric, and Hollis are going to be on the dry side of the front. So they're going to see their highs upper 80s to lower 90s. The I-44 Highway 81 corridor is still going to see the heat and the chance for storms there, right around 90 degrees for those spots. And then over towards 35, where they're locked into the clouds for a little bit longer, they're going to see their temperatures down just a smidge, more the low to mid 80s. So again, this would be after that 3 o'clock time frame where storms would start to bubble up around I-44 and race quickly off towards the east. So that's what we're watching for here. But if there's some good news on the horizon, once we get past Monday, we do have a beautiful stretch of weather here. Tuesday, sunny and warm, slightly below average. After starting the day in the mid 50s, we'll get up into low 80s. A peak of this stretch here around the mid 80s on Wednesday. And then another front comes through pretty quietly, at least to start the day, right around 80 degrees for a high. And then there may be some stray storms that try to get going later on into the evening hours. So Tessa Lamoureux saying, so around when kids get out of school. So it's possible. Yeah, I know the high schoolers get out around 2:20, 2:30 here in the Lawton areas. So a lot of them would be on the bus and heading back. But again, more of the middle school and elementary school. Yeah, we're going to be looking at some of those time frames here, to be honest, in that 3 to 4 o'clock time frame. It's when we would start seeing some of these storms bubbling up in the area. So that's something we need to be watching for very closely heading into tomorrow afternoon, especially wherever that front sets up. If it's near I-44, closer to Highway 81, everybody east of that front needs to be paying attention. So again, that is Caddo, Comanche, Cotton, Jefferson, Stevens, Grady, Garvin, Murray counties, all those out towards I-35 need to be on guard heading into that afternoon time frame. Let's talk about the 7-day forecast real quick, and then I'll hop over to the model and let you see how things will progress. So again, Monday, that's where we expect to see our scattered strong to severe storms. Highs around 90 degrees here in the Lawton area. And then as I mentioned, we got a couple of quiet days here, Tuesday into Wednesday, with highs right there around the low to mid 80s. Thursday drops off to 80 with some late storms, and then we've got more scattered storm chances Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We jump up to around 90 degrees. Kyle Carr, I think you should call our bosses and tell them just in case we should stay home. I guess I should draft the letter and have my signature on it that you guys can print out and give to your bosses here tomorrow. See how well that goes over. I'm sure that will go over very well. I'm sure it's a binding document, right? So got some legal folks that probably shaking their head. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. All right. So let's hop over again to the model here and let's see what we've got going on. Let's get over to our models. Let's get over to what we would expect here. Let's just put this through. So this isn't going to go very far. This is just getting the latest run. Yep. Got to go back a run here and see what it shows. Okay, so we go through this evening. It's doing a pretty good job of picking up those storms down around I-20, I-30, the Metroplex through this evening. Then you start to see there's some scattered showers and storms coming through. First thing, mid-morning, heading into your Monday. In Duncan, Waurika, Ardmore, Marietta, Sulphur, having those scattered showers and storms. The rest of the area looking at a partly to mostly cloudy sky. So this particular model isn't developing anything until closer to 5, 6, but there have been some models developing storms as early as 3 o'clock. So I'm just trying to encapsulate that window, capture that window of what may develop as the early window, just so you're not caught off guard for those storms. So this particular model is showing things getting going around 5, 6, right around that same area. So right around Caddo, Comanche County. So storms going up quickly, heading into Oklahoma City around 7. And then there's still the dry line set up out there. More storms trying to get going around 8, 9 o'clock around I-44 and heading over towards Rush, Marlow, Duncan, Comanche, Waurika here around 9 o'clock. And then kind of dying out here. The scattered stuff you see behind it would just be some lingering showers, maybe a brief rumble of thunder. The main severe would be that initial batch right there along Highway 81 coming up through 9, 10 o'clock out towards the east. Anything that manages to get going will quickly become severe. So Christopher Watson said, I work from 2:30 to 11 tomorrow at Fort Sill. But seeing this, I have a 75% hunch that we'll be working remotely. Okay, well, just I'm sure I will catch on with you too, and we'll see what goes on. Again, I'm over at the USO, so we're making sure we take care of folks tomorrow and make sure that everybody that's there is taken care of if they are in our building. So we want to make sure everybody is good there before they head on. Again, some folks, sometimes they call them back to their units and make sure they're accounted for when these storm threats pop up. So we'll be watching out for how each of these businesses, each of these entities, no matter how big or small, how they will handle tomorrow afternoon. But once that moves on, there's not much that takes place after about 10, 11 o'clock. So what I want to show you here is what we're watching for. And this is the dew point. So this is the measure of the moisture content in the atmosphere. And we'll take you back. So again, that dry line has been way out towards the west this evening. And then again, you start to see it head over towards the east. So here is in that battleground of the moist and the dry air is right there around I-44, the north-south portion of I-44. There's some models that have that out here, east of Highway 81. There's some that have it a little bit closer to Highway 183 out here. So again, middle ground is somewhere here right around Highway 62, I-44, right in here. So that's about what this model is suggesting. So that's why I've been showing it. So it kind of stalls out right there. So storms would fire up right along that line until the cold front takes over late that night. So this light green area you see surging in from the northwest is eventually going to push that dry line ahead and cut off any storm chances. So especially here by midnight, we would be done with any storms. It would squash any chances here as it pushes that storm system along. And then again, it leaves it with some more refreshing conditions. So lower humidity here with those 80s on the way for Tuesday and Wednesday. So there's something to look forward to. Those are going to be 2 great looking days, some beautiful days with lower humidity that we'll get to enjoy. But this is what we're going to be watching for. And again, this will be more of a nowcasting aspect of things when we go into tomorrow. So where does this decide to set up shop? This is going to be very important. You can find this information if you want to on your own. It's going to be on the, if you look up the Oklahoma Mesonet, you can find the humidity and the dew point areas on their page, and you can see exactly where that moisture line is setting up here. And that will be the area. Everybody east of that is going to be at threat for strong to severe storms. Everybody behind the front out to the west is not expecting anything. So again, you can see that Mangum, Altus, Hollis, Quantico are pretty much solidly dry. It'd be those areas I-44 and east that have a better chance at seeing some of those storms. Let's see some of the short range models and see what they suggest. See if they're showing anything different here. And again, all of this is just piecing together several different models. And again, if you get consensus and they all agree, you have higher confidence about how things may play out. But each of these has different information that it pulls in, different things that it focuses on, different ways that it handles it. So again, each of these models is slightly different. So here is the model for that same time frame for the very short range model here, and it has that line over towards Highway 81. So that's a completely different focus area. So again, it would be Lawton and Walters and Anadarko have nothing to worry about at this point. So again, that's why we're going to be paying very close attention to where this dry line sets up. And that's why I do have those areas as far west as Carnegie and Cache and down through Chatty, Grandfield still need to be paying attention to this forecast as well, because we may see that set up as far west as Highway 183. So again, I know it seems like I'm trying to paint a broad brush here, but it's a significant storm system, and we'll want to make sure that everybody has ways of staying informed. And again, a lot of this is going to be nowcasting by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon. So we want to make sure nobody is caught off guard with this severe weather. Make sure you have multiple ways of staying informed, not just your phone app, not just my pretty face here, not just solely any of the other guys, the TV stations, what have you. You watch and you hop around to many of these folks anyways. So have multiple ways of staying informed. Have 2, 3, 4 of these things on your browser tabs or saved channels or anything like that. Make sure you find ways of staying informed heading through tomorrow evening. So just hopping over and just seeing what this looks like with the reflectivity version of this, what that may look like. And this one is developing a little bit more of a solid line of storms heading into tomorrow evening. So we'll see what this looks like. So that is, get the tornado watch off of there. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So it pops up some pretty strong storms there at 5. So be looking around that 4 o'clock time frame just before it for stuff bubbling up. That puts it right in Grady County and up towards Norman at 5, 6, all the way down to about Duncan, and then continuing to race off towards Norman and Shawnee through the evening. That would be some more scattered activity that pops up along that dry line 8, 9 o'clock. So even that model run is showing another secondary round that tries to get going along the dry line even after dinner time as well. So there may be a couple of clusters of storms that get going off of this dry line. And then I'd say by 10, 11 o'clock, our threat is over here in Southwest Oklahoma. So again, we're looking anywhere. Again, it could be as early as 3 o'clock. So, but some of these models go in a little bit closer to 4, 5. Again, trying to give a window here of as early as stuff could get going, as far west as things could get going. Again, things may surge further east. I know it sounds like, again, I'm being wishy-washy here, but again, want to make sure as many folks are in the loop and paying attention to this storm system as possible heading through tomorrow afternoon. But again, as early as 3, still that 3 to 5 time frame for storms to get going, and then should be out of here by 10 o'clock. So again, if you're looking for a time frame, make sure you're locked in between 3 and 10 tomorrow evening. Have multiple ways of receiving that storm information as you go out here on your Monday. And thankfully, things will be much quieter heading into Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, just a reminder, if you're relying solely upon me for any information before 5 o'clock tomorrow, you're going to be out of luck. Again, I have another work obligation I've got to take care of. So again, I will try my best to, once I get off of work, if stuff is going, make sure I hop on here and give you the latest information. But if you're trying to find me before 5 o'clock, it is not going to happen. So make sure you have multiple ways. There's other great meteorologists across the region that can help you out and do great content, and are wonderful forecasters and great communicators, and can do just as great, if not a better job than me. So please find those folks. Make sure you lock in with them, have multiple ways of staying informed. I'll keep you updated the best I can. But again, find ways of getting that information as we go through tomorrow afternoon and evening. Some of these storms could be pretty strong by the time we look back on this coming up tomorrow afternoon. So again, I appreciate you all for coming in here, spending a little extra time with me, talking about the forecast for tomorrow. I know there's a lot of focus on tomorrow. We want to make sure nobody's scared about this. You guys are Oklahomans. We deal with this stuff. We know what to expect from this stuff. You always have plans. It's just ready to put it into action. Okay. You may go years without ever putting it into action, but it only takes that one, and you're ready to go. So make sure you're ready to go. Not trying to scare you. Just want to make sure you're prepared and ready to go. Just pay attention to the forecast before you leave the office, before you go and pick up the kids. Just make sure you're not caught off guard and driving into something that you maybe weren't expecting tomorrow afternoon. So again, if you're trying to find me before 5, find something else. But after 5 o'clock, I'm going to do my best to hop on here as quickly as possible and give you a live update on where things are and where they're going and what you guys can expect. So again, I appreciate you for putting your trust in me. I will be back here tomorrow afternoon and evening to give you a live update of what storms are doing here across Southwest and South Central Oklahoma. So have a great night. Get some rest while you can. We'll see you tomorrow evening.